Hari Om. Students' question from the Weekly Vedanta Classes. Text: The Fall of the Human Intellect. Chapter 5: The Vital Role of the Intellect. Topic: Role of Faith. Reference: When your intellect examines, reflects upon the knowledge gained, it metamorphoses into wisdom. Knowledge provides you with information, wisdom brings about your transformation. Question: Can one be aware of one's transformation? The reference is explaining two terms, knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is only information. This does not give you the capacity to live that knowledge. For example, one may have knowledge of concentration but is not able to concentrate. A person may have knowledge of humility but may not be truly a humble person. Now, when it comes to life and living, what is actually important is not merely knowing the concept or the value, but to actually live that knowledge that you have gained. This is wisdom. This wisdom is that which brings about a transformation of your personality. When this happens, the question posed by the student is whether you'll be able to notice the transformation. Yes, it is possible, but it may be quite difficult initially. The truth of the matter is that any positive change is not noticeable at the start. Negative change is very easy to see. This is the problem of life faced by human beings. This is why people tend to give up on their quest for improvement and they tend to gravitate to the more negative habits in life. When it comes to positive change, you see, even at the physical level, if one day you decide to lead a healthier lifestyle and you decide to start doing exercise, you start to eat right, sleep well, etc., 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 you won't be able to see the improvements initially. Others will be able to see it in you, which means even at the physical level, if you were to stand in front of a mirror, perhaps only then will you be able to see any change. Even this is after a while only, not right away. Since at the physical level it is already difficult to notice any change, it becomes much more harder to observe the changes of the inner personality. And it is the change in the inner personality which is what the whole subject of Vedanta is teaching. The transformation mentioned by the student in the question is with reference to the inner personality. Others will see it. One day you will find they will say, hey, you're a much calmer person now. Or they will say, wow, you're more composed and more relaxed now. Or maybe they will say, how come suddenly you're able to handle things so differently? So, having said that, even if it is difficult to notice any inner transformation, there are signs of development that you could observe in your daily life. If and only if you have been putting in that right effort to improve. If and only if you have done so, you will slowly start to see things happening in and around you. These signs of development are endless. As you keep progressing, more and more things start to happen for you in life. As you progress, some things that you may notice, the quality of your work improves. You will become a more efficient and dynamic person. Your capacity to plan and program your activities will be clearer. With this, you will find that you have more time on your hands. What you needed to do in a day, you could probably finish off in a few hours. Then you can dedicate yourself to other activities at your leisure. You will start to enjoy the simpler things in life more. Things that you initially took for granted, Now, with a calmer mind, you will actually start to live life in its fullest. Difficult situations become much easier to handle. You will be less agitated. Your demeanor will be more composed and more relaxed as you're faced with trying times in life. Last but not least, the more you develop yourself, the more the doors of success opens up for you. You will find opportunities and avenues of life in different areas being presented to you suddenly. As Vedanta says, you get what you deserve in life. You deserve the good things in life by putting in that effort to become a more developed human being. You will see that the changes that happen to you inside will be reflected outside in the world. The second question: is the intellect the same as wisdom? We need to understand a few terms first and what the actual process of converting knowledge into wisdom is. You can refer to the screen at the back. If it is not so clear, hopefully the next recording it will be much more clearer. So there is the mind. The mind simply stores knowledge, information. The mind is a storage of data. Knowledge. Knowledge is the data received from the external world. This data which is kept in the mind remains there as mere information. The intellect. The intellect is the capacity to decipher and apply that knowledge in day-to-day living, which is wisdom. Wisdom is the application of that knowledge when you actually practice or live that information. So the process starts with the mind. The mind receives information which we term as knowledge. The intellect's job is to reflect upon that knowledge over and over again, to think about it always from different angles. This constant repetition of this process of applying your intellect to that information will then slowly but gradually convert that knowledge into wisdom. Coming back to the original question, in summary, is it possible to notice any signs of transformation within the personality? Yes, but not immediately. But you can observe a few indications of development as you progress. Is the intellect the same as wisdom? The intellect is an equipment within. Wisdom is the state of your entire personality at any given point of time. You need to use your intellect to convert that knowledge into wisdom. Hari Om.